Hey, what's up guys? My name is Eris. Welcome to the Theerisfoundation. I'm currently shooting in my photo studio now, but today's post is actually a follow-up to the one I put up some years ago, which was about setting up for your content. So just a quick disclaimer, this video is for people that post tutorials of any kind, and this is how you can get that overhead shot. So the one I posted back then, I used two small panel lights, and I had my camera on a clip-on stand, so the one you attach to the edge of the table. But I just want to sort of give like another option for people that can only buy one light. Shout out to Olamide Mary 2121. She was one actually got me thinking about this particular video, and the first question she asked is, please, do you edit on the camera or you transfer on your phone first, then you edit on your phone? My own response was, I usually edit on my laptop, and that's true. I don't think I've ever edited on my phone for YouTube long form. I usually edit on my phone when I'm just posting shorts, so I want to post on other social media pages. So yes, from the get-go, I've always shot on camera and edited on laptop. And the second question she asks is, please, which app do you use in editing your YouTube tutorial videos, and how do you transfer your videos from camera to your phone? And what type of camera do you use? Sorry, my question is much, thank you. My own response was, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, but you can use CapCut, and I usually upload on my laptop. Just to answer her other question, because I feel I answered just one part of it where I actually edit with Adobe Premiere Pro. But as at then, when I used to make those videos back then, I used to use a Canon M50. The cool thing about like shooting tutorial videos is that you don't really need crazy specs. You don't need like cameras that can do like very high ISOs or very low f-stops. All that's just technical talk, but you don't really need a very techy camera. I think even right now, the smallest cameras I have in my studio is, I always shoot with Canon. I'm a Canon girl. So this is the Canon R50. It's pretty small, and you always want a camera that is lightweight. Unless it's really necessary, you don't need a camera that is heavy, especially when you're shooting overhead videos, because that would mean you would need a very sturdy tripod or holder or stand to hold your camera like mid-air. So I would always recommend lightweight. And this is the older cousin, or rather the younger cousin. It's a more recent model. Is the Canon R50V. So these are the two small cameras I have right now. But if you actually want to consider the M50 actually looks similar to this. So this was an upgrade from the M50, the one I used to use back then. And this is a more recent model, the R50V. But when I actually started my YouTube, I used to use a Lumix GX800, maybe 600. But the one thing to just take from all this I'm saying is that, one, you don't need a camera with crazy specs to shoot tutorials. Two, you need a camera that shoots in 4K, because that is how you get really clear pixels, really high resolution, but you just need your shots to look very crisp. So this is the FL60, the Godox FL60 on a softbox, but if you actually can't afford this, that's fine. I actually used to use this one back then too. It's just an LED panel light. This is what the back looks like. And you have the touch buttons at the back. If you use this, you would still get the same effect. So if you cannot afford like a pricey panel light, you can always opt for this one. You're going to get the same effect, because luckily when it comes to shooting overhead tutorial videos, you don't really need like a lot of specs. Your overhead shots, this is actually what you would need, or rather something like this. So you've got like one light source just like bathing your table, and you have your cutting mat here. Just make sure everything is centralized. So this boom VGIM, I never know why they name these things like this. So you can use this table clamp stand. It just clamps to the edge of your table, and you attach a boom arm to this. If you don't have something like this, that's okay. You don't have to break the bank for this. When you're searching this online, you can just search for like table mount stand. Most times these are for like, this can hold up phone, and this brand is actually really sturdy. So this brand can hold up cameras in this weight, or you can even attach your phone holder to the edge here. This one's a bit long because the table is a bit small. My demo table is small. So if you don't have any of those type of stands, you can always get like your regular tripod stand, and you get what we call a boom mount. So a boom mount is pretty much any sort of attachment you fix to your tripod stand. One is actually a much sturdier version, but it's going to cost you a lot more. This one is to hold up like heavier gadgets, but for what you're going to do, you're not going to really need anything that big. You see how it attaches to the top of this stand here, and it just sort of extends. So anything that you have to attach, I feel like a lecturer right now, anything that you have to attach like this is called a boom arm. So this is something I had to learn when I shifted careers, is that sometimes you don't have to get a new setup. First, you look at what you already have and assess it and try to figure out what you need to add to make it better. Like I've said before, if you don't have like a table stand, but you have a tripod and you have space to put that tripod, you can actually just get these boom arms and just attach it. So most of these TikTok stores or the Instagram stores, they have it. If you are in Lagos, I would try to remember the person I got this one from, but this one is for, let me say you're using your phone, or you're using like a really lightweight portable camera. So if this is the head of the stand you already have, all you have to do is just sort of like attach it to this, and you screw it on. I'm doing the back so you can see it, and screw it on like this, and you can always adjust this other side, and you can work on your angle. So if you already have a tripod stand, any tripod stand will do, as long as it doesn't like wobble too much and is not too lightweight, then yeah, anyone would work. Or if you can afford this one, you can get this too, and it's pretty much the same. You just attach it to the head of the tripod. So if you put one end here and you just slide the other part in. It's not really tight right now, but give me a second. Attach this to the head of your stand, but please note that this stand has to be heavier because this one packs a little weight, and with this you can just adjust. So one last thing I'll just say before I step is that most times when we buy gadgets, especially for content creation and all, we always opt for the cheaper ones. And I'm sorry to break the bad news to you, but there is only so cheap that you can go that it ends up breaking down maybe like 3 months in use. I cannot count how many times that I had to buy the same things over and over and over again in the past because I couldn't afford it. So unless it is really critical, if you can actually save up to buy your gadgets, whether it's a camera, your tripod, your lights, your setup generally, I would advise that you actually save up and buy better quality. Like, it doesn't have to be like top quality material, but it just has to be good enough that you know that it's going to last you a few years. Everything I started with back then, I think it's only the ring light that has survived, and even that one, like, it fell one time and it just broke, so I had to like sellotape the whole thing together. But I would actually advise that you save up and get decent gadgets, especially if you know that the content you're going to be making is something that you're going to be earning money from and it's not just a hobby. So like every other investment, you should actually invest in getting good gadgets so that you know, okay, it's going to last you for a while. If you don't have a panel light, that's fine. You can always get like something good. I mean, if you don't have this panel light, you can always get something that's good, but maybe, so like middle category gadgets. If you cannot afford like the expensive ones, you can go for something on the mid-level that would still work for you and it'll still do the job, and wouldn't break down after 3 months. All the tripods I started with, they just kept falling apart. In fact, some after the unboxing, I couldn't use it for anything good. So word of the day or advice of the day, invest in your gadgets. If you know you want to use content creation as a way to also earn, then you should invest in your gadget too. I think I've covered everything today. That's pretty much it for today. I'm sorry if I sounded sluggish at some point. I'm actually not feeling too well right now. But thanks for watching my video. Thanks for all the love and the appreciation. And people that actually commented on my comeback video, thank you so much. I was really angsty about it because it was between stopping the YouTube channel as a whole or just sort of like fusing it to what I'm already doing and see how our paths could overlap and still sort of look out for you. And if there's anything that I know would be beneficial to you. So to the people that actually commented on that video, thank you so much. Maybe you guys are the ones that gave me confidence to even make this particular video. But if you have any more questions, you can put in the comment section. And if that's everything for now, let me get back to work. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you later.